Hello, good morning. My name is Dr. Danielle Lord, and I am so happy to be part of the USA Global TV and Radio Reunion Show. So I want to talk a little bit about the work that I do and the value that I bring to organizations. So my work has been in organizational development, and it's often a misunderstood term, even within large corporations who use us on a pretty regular basis. So if you look at organizational development and what it is that we do, it will typically tell you that we are change agents. I don't think that term accurately describes what we do. From my perspective, organizational development is an umbrella term that covers so much more than simply change, but certainly organizational change, change management, behavioral change is all lumped under that kind of caveat, if you will. So what do we do? Aside from change management, we provide leadership development, we provide employee engagement strategies and solutions, instructional design. I think I mentioned leadership development. There's so much more that we do that really is about creating human-centered strategies within your organization. So I've been doing this work for 32 years. 30 years of that was done at the corporate level. And for the last 2 years, I've been doing this work on my own as founder and principal of my own organization, Archetype Learning Solutions. So sometimes there's some confusion as Archetype. Why did you name your business Archetype Learning Solutions? It is kind of a long name, the lessons you learn along the way, right? But Archetype really is an individual or very unique thing. And because our organizations are comprised of 2, 5, 100, sometimes 100,000 unique individuals, your organization has unique needs in terms of helping to create human-centered strategies that make your business function at a much higher level than they would if we didn't include some of those human dynamics. In my world and my work and my business, I say I help you attract, train, and retain top talent so that you can develop the organization of your dreams. So considering those 3 banners that I have under that element of attract, I help businesses set up clear processes, procedures that are documented, that are easy to find, and gives every employee a very clear, precise understanding of the work that they're doing. Why is this important? In our organizations, there's oftentimes a lot of confusion about what it is that folks are supposed to be doing. We oftentimes don't set clear expectations. We don't have very clear documented procedures, and that creates a lot of confusion. When one person tells you to do it this way, another person says, no, do it that way. You have maybe a 3rd, 4th, or 5th person saying, oh, no, it's this way, really. So that creates a lot of confusion for our team members. And what happens when everyone's working in that state of confusion? We have constant conflict that cannot be resolved. So what that does is it creates a very toxic, dysfunctional culture that creates stress, frustration, anxiety, low engagement scores. And so you have an organization now where you cannot attract great people. You basically get a whole bunch of warm bodies because nobody wants to exist within that degree of dysfunction. So helping you attract great talent through your very clearly designed, developed, organized procedures goes a very long way in helping to make sure that you have a culture in which you've got great people who want to be working for you. Additionally, it helps organizations break down silos so that we have those interdepartmental functions or units that are clearly communicating together, which also helps the bottom line. So under the banner of train, now I actually really dislike the word training in organizations, but it just sounded better than learning. So under the banner of train, I help your new employees or your new team members, as I like to call them, really harmonize within your organization. So I like the word harmonizing rather than onboarding. I always remind business leaders that we're hiring humans, not bringing on cattle. So we want to make sure that we're harmonizing our entire culture together. So why does that kind of fit under that banner of train? Well, we're actually helping the entire organization learn together through bringing on employees who have never experienced your culture. So we're taking brand new team members and we're putting them into a culture, a system in which they have never experienced before. And under the onboarding process that we typically hear about, we're just leaving it up to them to try and figure it out all on their own. Again, we've got, it's stressful, it's frustrating. And our employees, our team members are making a stay or a go decision within 3 days of coming into your organization. And when they're not experiencing, that feeling of love and respect and support when they're coming in within their first few days, it creates a lot of role stress and role confusion for those new team members. So we want to harmonize. So think of your organization as a whole living system. Getting back to how we document your organization and bring everything together, new employee harmonization is very much the same thing. So we are seeing your organization as a whole living system, a bit like an orchestra, where everyone is working together in harmony to make beautiful music. And so that's really how we bring in new employees through a new employee or new team member harmonizing and create a system in which they can function very clearly from day one. So how do we retain top talent? We at Archetype, we have a unique solution that is an executive retreat called the Everest Experience. It can be either 2 or 3 days, depending on what the executive team needs. And we put you in an experiential event in which the executive team, climbs Mount Everest together. In working in teams, we go through an experiential learning event that actually creates what is called emotional attachment. Because there are situations of distress along the way, our team members experience deeper connections with one another as they begin to learn about team dynamics, psychological safety, the difference between management and leadership, change management, and conflict. So among all of the things that are occurring as they climb Mount Everest, within the situations that we've presented, then they begin to compare those to the situations that are occurring within their organization. So not only are they learning new concepts and new tools that aren't typically taught at universities, they're actually bonding together and becoming a stronger team. So that permeates out into the culture because our employees are picking up on the fact that we now have an executive team that's far better bonded. And that strife and frustration and stress that oftentimes they feel as a non-connected executive team can actually permeate within the organizational culture. So our team members do pick up on that stress and strife that they're feeling. But additionally, our new executive team or the existing executive team is actually getting information that's pertinent and real, and they can make real educated and informed decisions about what's impacting the strategic goals. So that is my attract, train, and retain top talent, the 3 banners that I offer within Archetype Learning Solutions. I offer a lot more than that, but those are really the 3 kind of catalysts to helping you have a great organization. Finally, I spend a lot of time talking about employee engagement and the power of employee engagement. We as humans really only require one thing that is completely ubiquitous to all of us that are humans. And I remind leaders that we do have humans within our organizations. They're not just people. They're not just commodities. We are living, breathing human beings that require one thing, and that ubiquitous thing that we all need is respect. So helping leaders get very clear about what great employee engagement looks like and feels like, and how that impacts your business and your organization. I like to remind leaders that your team members are the bridge between your customers and your revenue stream. So if you have a highly engaged workforce, you're going to have much better income results, happier customers, and it's going to help you create or get to meet your organizational strategic goals much faster. So that's the work that I do in Archetype Learning Solutions. I've done this work for 32 years, and I would love to help you develop and create the organization of your dreams. Thanks so much.